What's up? What's up? This is sylabdul here for Coffee Talk. This is the spot where we talk DCEU, pro-snyderverse, some MCU, some Star Wars, and other genres, etc. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. A very interesting week, man. It's like, man, I knew summertime was going to heat up. I didn't know I was going to have a week like this, right? Just going back to Comic-Con up to now, man. It's been wild. Shout out to everybody in the chat side. Damien, what's up, man? Anna Cardosa, Socks, Chrysla, Manny, Leon, I saw you up there. Much love to everybody. After a victorious scoop the other day, if I say so myself, carrying these W's. It's funny, it's like they mad when the scoop doesn't get confirmed and you still waiting to get confirmed. And they mad, right? Oh, that's an L because it's not confirmed yet. Then when it is confirmed, they still mad. I'm just so confused. We're gonna get into it. I think a potential big story. I really do. I already talked about this on TikTok and Instagram, so we here to get us to y'all. But just wanted to, no, just my final victory lap for the intro there, because you know.
Can I talk my shit again? Can I talk my shit again?
All right, so let's move on. You get the W, move on, right? Let's get this going. Let's see, baby girl, what's up? Good, Austin. Just give us the news. We're begging. So let's get through retro. What's up? And Marcus Extended, Steel City Superman. Let's get through this opening thing I want to touch on first, and we will get. I think it's an interesting story. All right. As far as real quick links in the description, I want to plug these for the Patreon. Awesome stuff going on for the Patreon. Major update coming in the month of August. Project information, cool stuff like that. Discord, that's being revamped. It's going to be really connected to members in August as well. DC Snyder Facebook group, join that, link in the description. IG, TikTok. If I want the latest, and I mean the latest, you want to follow me on IG and TikTok. Eventually Vero. I got to figure out something to do on Vero, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let's get to also directly supporting the platform via PayPal through Stream Elements link or CASHAPP, links in the description. Super chats, super thanks are appreciated. And as I mentioned, super thanks. I mentioned this gentleman's super thanks the other day, but I didn't have the screenshot. And the whole purpose of me saying this because I wanted to show the screenshot to acknowledge, the super thanks, right? So this was Cigar Gangster the other day. Again, appreciate the message. I shouted this out before, but I just want to make sure I'm acknowledging if you're not live to do a super chat and you want to support via super thanks, I want to make sure I'm acknowledging that. So thank you, Cigar Gangster. And I will make sure, these are acknowledged going forward, especially if y'all have like certain questions, y'all can leave those in the form of super thanks. I will make sure that's researched. Much love. Savage Bat in the house. That's my white UK brother. Savage Bat. One more thing real quick. I got my McFarlane toys in the mail here. I posted this on Twitter, but you got the McFarlane toy right there. Pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not going to open this. These are the Page Punchers. They were McFarlane Toys was talking about this a couple months ago, and it was like a back order like crazy. So mine came in. So I got the Superman. It comes with the Rebirth #1. Not my favorite comic about Tomasi, but like the figurine, and I had to do World's Finest, so I had to get Batman too, right? We got Batman McFarlane toy as well. Pretty cool. This comes with the first issue of the Hush storyline, so this is pretty cool one right here. I think, so I had to show off my toys real quick there, right? Let's see. And hopefully some of y'all got y'all's in the mail. They just started mailing these out. Let's see. We got Sharma, £5 super chat. Granny Goodness is rage crying right now on Twitter. And the Vaders are dead silent. Snyderverse is undeniably inevitable. Congrats on the scoop, Seal. Appreciate you, Sharma, for your support. Always. We got Skywalker the Jedi. So proud of the growth of your outlet these past few days. To see you operate this entire time with honor, honesty, integrity makes it so much more fulfilling. It's why you're cultivated such a loyal following. Shout out to Sil Nation and Skywalker. Yeah, I think we're over 2.8K. So I think 3K. I think we're going to reach this really soon. I think this summer we're going to hit some milestones. For this channel, we definitely hit some milestones. So thank you for your continued support, Skywalker. One time. That was longer than I thought it would be. But appreciate that. Cool table in the house. Lev, Mr. J, what's up? So let's continue. Okay, so someone mentioned before I do that. Yeah, let's do Clay Stop. This is the last thing, then I'll get into the story after, because I do want to mention Clay Stop. I think this is an important story to touch on while we're here. There's been a lot of talk, and Savage Bat kind of touched on this as far as the fandom and if we're attacking certain scoopers and things like that. Definitely I don't get too much into back and forth, and I don't think it's a big deal to continue some kind of back and forth with some scooper or anyone. So obviously someone was attacking the fandom, and I'm going to respond when someone's attacking the fandom at any time. But I'm not going to get too caught up in, like I said, trying to personally attack anyone. And I know I made certain tweets, and I still left the tweets up about a certain scooper, and because that's how I feel about that certain scooper, and it's a history to this. If you've been watching this channel, I have a whole clapback about a DM exchange with this certain scooper. So people probably didn't know the history or why I was kind of going in so hard on that situation, but that's why I did. And maybe it rubs people the wrong way. It's all good. I'm going to speak my piece on that. But then other people stepped up, and Clay Staub, I think, really spoke for the fandom, which was really cool. To see. And I want to pull that up right there. Let's see. Clay Staub. Because obviously we know the individual we're talking about. Not that. Right here. All right. So we know the whole tirade that certain individual went on against the fandom, labeling the fandom the same way these trades has been labeling us, just like the latest hit piece labeled us. But some people wanted to, again, pacify the fandom's voice. It doesn't have to get personal, but you can call out the BS, and I'm going to continue to do that. But again, I'm not going to get too caught up in, hashtagging her or saying her name and whatever. All right. But Clay Staub had the best response to that crazy rant. Right. Of course, Grace was like, oh, basically Snyder fans, y'all getting played because, now, okay. So honestly, I take it personally. If people want to say different, scoopers or like my outlet, I take it personal when they think we're feeding you false hope. I take that personal. So that's another reason why I did respond on Twitter to a few things. Sometimes you are waiting for things to get confirmed, and but you're realizing it's from good sources. So like I said, that's why I kind of jumped in the middle of that. But that's not going to be a regular thing. You already know how this channel rolls, right? But what's cool is Clay Staub says here, good response. Grace, he says, I'm sorry I don't follow you, but I'm concerned your account was hacked. It was hacked. Your tweet doesn't make sense to basic grammar. If you are suggesting such nonsense, I will give you a small word of advice from a veteran of Zack's. It's a long shot, but never say never. And that's the energy we're going to move, definitely on this channel. And so much love to Clay Staub. Again, if you don't know who that is, that's the assistant director to Zack Snyder. He's been the assistant director of the Snyderverse, basically. And he didn't have to respond to this, but he kept telling us, keep those embers burning. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. But those that's worried about, me getting personal or clapping back at everyone, it's not going to be about that. Like my advisor told me, let the W's speak for me. So that's what we're doing, right? So shout out to Clay Staub. Shout out to Clay Staub for throwing that out there, right? So let's get to the story, y'all. Let's get to the story. It's a two-parter. This is a two-part story. All right. And there's some layers to this story. I'm assuming there's going to be some questions. There's going to be some questions when we get this story out there. Let the W speak. You got it. We got 180 in the chat. Got 100 likes. Okay. I'm not too mad about that. We're close to 100. Close to 100. That's cool. I kind of want to see that go up. Shout out to the live crew. Last video, y'all hit 200 likes while we was live. And then the replay crew took it to 300. 300 likes, right? So that's the goal again today. Y'all give me 200 likes live. I may have an extra tidbit. I pushed a Batfleck story to tomorrow. I'm doing a stream tomorrow. I'm doing a Batfleck report that Mikey wrote it. He may write something about what I'm gonna say today too. But I pushed those stories to tomorrow, and sandwiched in there, there's gonna be an IROT session with Alicia Nava, my co-host Alicia Nava. We're gonna talk about a few movies in the middle of the show, sort of how I did Furies. I'm kind of gonna have like a more segmented approach to some of these guests, just to so all the information can get out there. So Alicia will be here tomorrow. Looking forward to getting her back on the panel. Big things coming. So as I said, if we hit 200 likes while I'm live, I will drop an extra Batfleck tidbit for y'all today. It's gonna run those bells. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, share the video, become a member. Shout out to Brendan Hayes. Let's see. So we have 115 likes. So we're getting there, right? We're getting there. Let's get that. We want 200. We want 200. And we'll talk a little bit at the end because I got this flash, which is really going to go to a Supergirl story as well. And if the love is there, it's all about the love. If the love is there, then we'll do some Batfleck, right? Brandon Hayes says here, once I saw that Ben is now going to be an Aquaman, Justice League Underwater Part 2, I just gave up. I was ready to wait for Zach's return. Now I don't care anymore. Well, I hope you feel better. Listen, Aqua Lost Kingdom, aka Justice League Underwater. Brandon, oh, cheer up, man. Cheer up, Brandon. Oh man, we have 130 likes. I'm feeling a little love. Except Brandon, I'm not feeling no love from Brandon. I mean, I appreciate you support the channel, though, Brandon. You, even when you're upset, you support the channel, and I appreciate you, Brandon. Hang in there, bro. Good news is coming, man. Good news that you want to hear is coming. All right, I promise you. Justice League Underwater is hilarious. And shout out to Mikey Sutton in the chat, my co-host. And if people don't know, we got new viewers. Scoop Center every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when Sylv Nation enters the Mikey verse. And Mikey just like lays out a whole menu for y'all. You know, I can relax on Scoop Center because that's Mikey's jam right there. I'm chilling. I've been screaming too much. I'm chilling on Scoop Center. That's all Mikey. But Mikey says here, get to 200 likes and you'll have a drop exclusive Scoop video for the public. Really? Okay. So we got a bonus right here. Mikey will give y'all an extra shot, which I'll probably get by tomorrow. If we get 200 likes, and then plus I'll get y'all that Batfleck. Little tidbit about Batfleck. Interesting. This man said, it said justice underwater. That came from the heart, bro. We'll get to this story, y'all. Good Austin, what's up? CY, Kal-El, A-Pass. What we got? So Mikey threw it out there. We already got 200 likes. No, we ain't got 200 already. All right, let's talk about the flash. So let's get to the story, right? All right. So Penny J, there we go. Penny J, slap the hell out of Gary, please. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's hilarious. So the Flash. So there's been a lot of talk about the Flash, right? A lot of speculation, the Ezra Miller situation, you know, what's going on, right? People are suggesting changes needs to be made. All right. The ending that I heard, I was like, man, they probably should change this. Like, I think there's gonna be cool parts in this film. You know, maybe it's Justice Part 3 to Brandon, right? But you know, but very interesting, you know, speculation with the Flash, right? So I was talking to the news sources, you know, me and Mikey making new friends out here, growing the network of insiders. And we was talking about Supergirl. And that's funny how these stories come out. I see what Mikey means, like when you're talking about something else and it goes to like a bomb. According to the insider, the Flash film has already had additional photography. The Flash film, I'm gonna repeat that. The Flash film has already had additional photography. Now, when he told me that, I paused and I started searching all over the internet. I was like, did anybody talk about the additional photography before? Because I was like, yo, if the story's already out there, I'm gonna, I give the love to people if that's their story. You know what I'm saying? We got Danzig with a members chat. 14 months, Geek Streets level. Appreciate you, Dan. Supporting for a long time. Says, hey, Sil, congrats again on the scoop. I'm still convinced if Zach didn't want to do JL2, he would have said so. Lots to be excited for. Ben and Aquaman 2. Alan Horn returns. New DC Studios heads. Yeah, and right now, technically, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi are the acting, head of DC right now. But, they can definitely hire someone else in there for that. So, really cool. Hey, it's a new day in WBD. So, yeah, the Flash has already had additional photography. And Ezra was running an interference, right? You know how crazy this is? So, like I said, I looked everywhere. I was like, man, if this is an existing story, it's all good. And I didn't see this posted anywhere. I didn't see no one talking about it. It's like they hid it, right? And I'll go a step further. This additional photography occurred last month, early June 2022. Early June 2022. I got more details too. We're going to talk about it. What's up, Code J in the chat? Clicky Crust. Koopy Mallet. Last month, they had additional photography. Valzai, what's up? So, I'm like, hold up. Like, this went under the radar, right? This went way under the radar. Now, keep that in mind. Bat Channel, what's up, Trey? Keep this in mind. Aquaman, they was keeping that under wraps, but that leaked out, right? They were trying to secretly do reshoots or additional photography on the Aquaman with Batfleck. It leaked out because it got caught on, around the studio set, and that confirmed the scoop. But that would have been a secret. This Aquaman shoot would have been a secret if they didn't get caught walking around the set or around the lot. So that leads me to believe WBD is secretly doing additional photography on now multiple projects now. Especially the films they pushed way back, right? Aquaman, The Flash. And now Shazam, I think Sandberg said, everything's done. That film was ready to go. So what else are they changing? Are they changing Batgirl? You see what I'm saying? Like this chain reaction. What's going on? I got more details to this too. More details. It's definitely coming. But that took me back there, man. I was like, oh man, it already happened. So the first question, I'm gonna ask, because Mikey knows how I get. You give me an inch, we're going for the mile, right? So additional photography last month. Like who was on set, right? If you can name a few people, right? Who was on set? He said Ezra Miller was on set. Ezra Miller was on set last month. This is after the crazy stuff that's been going on, right? But Ezra did get real quiet. These allegations got real quiet, didn't it? Over this past month. Because Ezra was back there working. So interesting. Ezra Miller was there. So I'm like, okay, who else? Can we name someone else that was on set? So again, Ezra Miller. So this is the story. This is the headline right here. Ezra Miller did additional photography. I don't know. I'm terrible at titling stuff. But there was additional photography. Ezra Miller was on set. Another person he named, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was on set last month doing additional photography or reshoots for The Flash. Something is changing in this film, right? Something is changing in this film. And all of a sudden, you get Ben Affleck and Aquaman a month later. Something changed, y'all. Something. And I'm waiting for more details on that. Did they change how Keaton's role ends in the film? Is this the Flash screening that probably happened yesterday that everyone's talking about? Is that the new cut? It's interesting. Now, according to this source, again, Ezra Miller was there, probably tightening up something. I'm thinking, again, something at the ending. Something at the ending is different. I'll say it like this. I still don't think Cavill's in the film. I'll just say it like that. In the Flash film, I don't believe Cavill's in the film. If you, I hate to say it like this. If you see a Superman, it won't be Cavill. That's potential bourbon right there. But I'm going to leave that. I'm told to kind of leave that. That's just a little tease right there. Don't expect to see Cavill in the Flash film. Okay. But what do we say? So Ezra, Keaton, something's changing there. Interesting. I don't know. Like, will we see Superman or not? I don't know. Now there is like the throwback, multiverse. For some reason, they went to Christopher Reeves. They would do all that, right? That's one thing, right? What's up, Gary? Gary in the chat. Pop culture minefield. We got some things to talk about tomorrow, Gary. I don't think we'll see Nicolas Cage Superman. So, yeah, Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton was on set, additional photography. What changed? What changed the film? That's my question, and that's what we're still trying to dig up as we speak. Now, so that's the story. That's the Flash story right there. Let me see. I guess I'll see your reaction to that because that was a mouthful. Oh, you got blurred Superman. I don't know what they're going to do, man. They got their work cut out for them. I know that. But again, we got 270 in the chat. We didn't get 200 likes now. We gotta get our 200 likes now, y'all. Let's do that. Let's do that. Everybody in the chat, let YouTube know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are hearing this here first, right? It's all about the love, y'all. That's all it is. 270 in the chat. Let's run these bells real quick. And we're gonna get to the next part of the story. I'll make sure I don't forget nothing with this first part here. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, share the video, become a member. Let's get to 200 likes. So something is changing in this film. What do we think it is? I mean, I like that we could theorize a little bit. If I'm going to guess, I would say I think they're changing something in the end with Keaton and Ezra. At least those two. I'm sure there's more people, right, on set. But I'm thinking they're changing the ending of this film. And all of a sudden you have Ben Affleck, again, on set for Aquaman. Interesting, y'all. Very interesting developments. Appreciate y'all smashing that like. Like I said, it's all about the love. Snyder Queen, what's up, Sammy? Yeah, it has to be a pivotal moment in this film. As far as what they're doing. It has to be a pivotal moment in the film. For Keaton to come back. And then you take Keaton out of Aquaman. So something in the continuity, because everyone remembers this, right? Originally Flash was coming out before Aquaman until the merger happened. All of a sudden, because, at first the world needs heroes, right? Zazzle comes in the door. Nah. Take some of those heroes for 2023. And then not only that, change the order of the films. Why? Because something is going to change in the story connecting these films. So very interesting. Aquaman is now before Flash, when in fact it was going to follow Flash before with Keaton. So that tells you right there, they don't want the ending. Whatever the Flash ending was, I think that changed. Now, it could it still be a separate universe? Possibly. I'll say this. As far as the ending of the Flash, at least in the script, and I believe what's actually been shot, they still are doing the separate world ending with Batfleck. So whatever that means, is there an event coming after the Flash now? Is something happening? Is something happening after the Flash now? Because if they're changing course, I don't know. There's a lot of it presents a lot of questions as far as why they changed the order of the films, and then again, it's like they're swapping Batman, like taking Keaton out of Aquaman, changing something in Flash. Interesting stuff, y'all, right? All right, we have 190 likes. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's get to the second part of the story, and then once we I think we're gonna hit that 200. So I'll give y'all that bonus Batfleck that I was mentioning. A real Flashpoint, that'll be nice. So there's been a lot of talk, and let me transition. Yeah, Necro, I'm thinking they're setting up something here with these changes. They're setting up something with Batfleck back on Aquaman or in Aquaman, or like a real Flashpoint film. That's what I'm saying. Interesting stuff. So let's transition here because everything kind of leads. This was the point of me talking to the source. Been a lot of talk about Supergirl and how great she was in the film. People saw the test screening, said, "Yo, everyone loves Supergirl, right? She has a great battle with Zod." I even think they changed the fight. I think they changed the fight because I think an earlier script had Keaton sort of in that fight. I don't know how Keaton would fight Zod, but apparently in this film, it's really more of a Supergirl versus Zod fight, right? And it's back in the time of Man of Steel. They go back in time. So there's been a lot of talk about her. They may have cut how many times she died in this film. I don't know. Yeah, the original report, the original leak was that she got murked several times. Black Wolf Inc. says people join the channel. The members get treated like royalty. And it's biot. By the way, about Batfleck, how would this film be set up now? How would his film? I guess that's part of the 200 like bomb, actually. I'll talk about that. I'll give y'all a little bit on that. That's coming. That'll come after the Supergirl part. So appreciate you, Black Wolf. So, so yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Supergirl. And I always felt like, okay, people leak out stuff like me and Mikey. We talk about this all the time. Like, who wants this information out there? Because I believe everyone has sources. Now, it could be good information. It could be bad information, right? But, they're getting this from somewhere. Someone wanted this out about Supergirl today for some reason after this test screening. And let me actually touch on what the source was saying here. All right. It's like someone wants y'all to kind of talk about Supergirl more, but there's a reason. It's like a smoke screen. They're really trying to test how popular they think Supergirl will be. Why? Well, again, further accounting to the changes to the Flash film, the Supergirl project was actually supposed to start shooting this year. Now, of course, this was pre-merger, right? Pre-merger, we all know it was Supergirl. A lot of people ran stories on it. Mikey had good information about Supergirl this past year as well. Now, just like Ben Affleck being inserted into Aquaman is kind of halting what, this Flash film, they're trying to detach themselves from the ending of this Flash film as much as possible. It's that Batgirl. So I theorize they're reshooting something in Batgirl too. That's just my theory. They're secretly doing all this stuff. But the new regime, they're not buying the end of this Flash film at all. Now, Mikey reported on that, and it makes sense. It makes sense that they're not. That's why they decided this 4 months ago, y'all, that they are not buying the end of the Flash film. Okay. So what does this mean? All of a sudden, you have Supergirl, you have Batgirl. I think supposed to show up at the end. I'm not sure. A Flash, rebooted universe, right? Keaton, and there's gonna be a Supergirl film as well. So you have the Batgirl film, and then after you see Flash, they're supposed to start shooting a Supergirl film. But since the new regime is lukewarm on the end of this Flash film, they shelved the Supergirl project. Now, not fully canceled. I want to make sure I'm wording this properly. The Supergirl project is not fully canceled. But But it says here, let's see, it's supposed to start shooting. Then it got pushed back a year. So they was going to push it to next year to start developing it. But now it literally depends on just how the Flash film, just how does that come out. Now, Mikey kind of talked about this recently about the fate of this Flash film. It's going to affect Michael Keaton's future in the DCEU, Supergirl, because if this film, if they don't polish it up, which they actually are now, they are polishing up this film. But the fate of Supergirl right now is shelved because they're not married to the ending of this Flash film. Now, this kind of leads into something that Mikey said not too long ago. Instead of Supergirl showing up in her own project after the Flash, maybe you just put her in something else, right? Maybe just put her in something else. So that's the Supergirl part. So again, they're not sold on this film at all, but they are trying to fix it as much as possible. Now we're hearing they did fix whatever they wanted to for this film. They fixed something with Keaton, something with Ezra. I don't know. We'll see. And then the Supergirl project is indefinitely shelved. But they did not use the word canceled. Again, they're saying it's possible if the reception is good, which kind of lines up with something Mikey said as well. So not a lot of confidence in the Flash film. Now, some of it is being blamed, again, just as far as just what the source is hearing. Some of it obviously is laying into, can they market this film with Ezra Miller? That's a story we talked about many times on the show. They're not thinking it's going to make that much money, but it's going to go to theaters. They're going to see what they can get. That's not good for Sasha Calle's career because, if you can't really market the film that you're in, that kind of sucks, right? Will she be a Man of Steel 2? She might as well. But again, they want to see the reception. But again, so it makes sense that you're hearing they are trying to get a buzz. I think they leaked this stuff out to multiple people, different people. And whoever that outlet was, they was given a pro Supergirl story. And so you see it, if you look online, you see it everywhere. Everyone's talking up Supergirl because they want to see, are y'all interested? Are y'all looking forward to this character? Right? I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But I think that's a call from Zaslav. He's like, well, no, I'm not going to commit to a spinoff if I don't know if people are going to watch the movie. Right? Which makes sense. So, yeah, put her in a Superman sequel. That's all you got to do. Right? Interesting stuff there. Interesting stuff. Let's see. Yeah, 210 likes. Appreciate y'all. Showing the love, man. That's what it's all about. That's all. That's all I ask. I will say before I leave here, let's see. All right, we'll do the bonus. Batfleck. I said tomorrow I'm gonna have a full Batfleck coverage that Mikey did, covering the scoop and the circumstances with that. He may have this Flash story as well, so I will cover that tomorrow. Another coffee talk, I Write edition. That's when me and Alicia do a stream. She'll pop in probably midway, and we'll do some movie talk, and then I'll finish with another report. So we'll get to the bonus, the Batfleck bonus. Appreciate the love, Coach J. Appreciate the love. Okay, you got a bomb. Okay, so Mikey has Mikey's giving y'all an exclusive bomb right now. So what I'll do my Batfleck, and then by the time I do that, we'll see. I got you, Mikey. Yeah, I'll do my story first, and then I'm sure there'll be questions with my story, and then We'll be ready for yours, man. That's how we'll end it off with a Mikey Sutton bomb. That's how we doing it now. It says here, BQ. Is there any concrete answers on why Henry still hasn't returned? Which side? Which side is holding it up? Well, there's gonna be a lot of Cavill coverage on this channel. So if you're a fan of Superman and Henry Cavill, this is gonna be the spot for you. I'll just say, you're going to see Henry Cavill in October. So, you're a couple months away. So Cavill's still here. All right. Cavill's still here. He ain't going nowhere. All right. So when will he return? October. Let's see here. I think I missed we got the love from George. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love as always and the support on this platform. Like I said, it's been an amazing week, y'all. Really been surreal. But now it's like we're just gonna be dropping bangers. I think that's just where we at right now. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Bomb Squad. All right, so let's talk about Batfleck. All right. So let's see. Purple V in the chat. Yeah, me and Purple, we're developing an interesting show. I still have to fill her in on my ideas for it, but no, you're gonna hear from Purple Valkyrie again in the near future on the channel. Yeah, no, the team didn't go nowhere. Yeah, much love to Purple Valkyrie. Whenever she gets a chance to catch this, still a lot of ideas, and we're gonna get that together. See, I think Mikey bombed me now. Let's see. But like I said, you're gonna see Purple Valkyrie. You're gonna hear from her. Alicia. We're gonna start doing a lot more movie news there. Obviously, you're gonna see Mikey for Scoop Center Mondays, and then my new connection with a Snyder Cut BR, the Brazilian fan base. Any major Snyder stories, you'll probably see them on this channel as well too. So cool stuff happening. Let's see. Shout out to Mikey. All right, so let's see what we're saying here. All right, so Mikey has a brief word about Alan Horn. People are really excited as far as in the fandom, very excited about Alan Horn. Alan Horn is very interested in looking at the impact of how the Snyder Cut did as well. Right now, he's a senior advisor at WBD. So if he needs to talk DC, right now it's DeLuca and Abdi. They're the acting heads of DC, along with the entire film division. So according to Mikey, Alan Horn will get involved with advising probably for several projects, but he mentions the Snyder Cut as well. So Snyderverse. More details coming soon. So what I take from that, those who were excited hearing Alan Horn hired in his relationship with Zach, apparently there's some legs to that. And he is going to be working with DeLuca and Abdi. And as I said, when DeLuca became official this past week, according to the reports, he's going to be the acting head of DC Films, or head of DC, him and Pam Abdi. He already has an interest in DC. Mike DeLuca does. So right now, he's going to be the person kind of pulling the strings. And I think it may be to the point where if they feel like they need an additional person, I think DeLuca could do it himself, be a DC head as an exec. But according to Mikey's hearing, Alan Horn, a fan favorite, is going to be actively involved, getting and really advising and seeing can they make money from the Snyderverse. So this seems to be a real conversation behind the scenes. Very interesting. Very interesting drop from Mikey. And I'm sure when he gets more details, he's going to hit y'all with an article, geekocmag.com. And maybe, I have a feeling, Mikey, Scoop Center Monday, we're going to talk a little bit more about Alan Horn. Just got a feeling, right? That's good news. That's good news, man. And I'm looking forward, and here, and especially the newer viewers, keep smashing that like first off. Appreciate y'all. But, basically we obviously talk about, DC, Marvel, superhero stuff, other films, but we get to the business behind it too. We talk about the business behind it. So looking forward to how this comes about. So Scoop Center, good stuff. All right, so the Batfleck. Let's wrap this up with the Batfleck stuff. A lot of bombs today, man. It's like it's supposed to be a calm coffee talk. This is like a bomb. Bomb show. I was talking to someone else as far as with Batfleck, right? Actually, there's several people, the new people and everything. First thing was an observation. It was an observation. Let's go back here, right? Let's go back here with Batfleck. All right, so I was told basically when Ben Affleck decided to come back for additional photography for Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? That ending scene, and even did a few other things in the final battle. Actually, Ben Affleck suited back up again, for Zack first off, but also according to this report that I'm hearing, Ben Affleck was coming back not only to do Zack Snyder's Justice League, but multiple projects, right? He was locked in, or not locked in. He was, his intent was to do multiple projects from the moment he decided to come back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. All right, so this is interesting. This is 2020 when he decided to do this. They did additional photography fall of 2020. That was after, let's see, was it fall 2020? Yeah, it had to be. Yeah. Fall of 2020. Now, that was after DC Fandom. So keep this in mind. Around this time, the studio was turned against Zack. Okay? There's a timeline to this. So Batfleck, his whole intent was like, I'm coming back for Zack, and we're going to do more after this. That was in Ben's mind, according to the report. They got funny with Zack. They wanted Ben Affleck to do the Batfleck solo project without Zack Snyder. Anti-Zack Snyder, right? So that kind of goes with some of the reports that maybe Ben actually turned down sort of a solo project because by that time they were anti-Zack. You see, Ben does not want to do a Batman project without Zack Snyder either involved, producing, or something of that nature. C to the P. So you need a backdrop, something neon that gets you real spiffy. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that little backdrop. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show people, we starting from the bottom. Now we here. Appreciate you, C to the P. So Ben Affleck, in a sense, was holding out until Zack Snyder could come back. This tells us several things. All right. This tells us several things right here. All right. So the first thing, when it was told that he signed on to do the Flash film, they had a script already. Muschietti admitted or even leaked out that Ben actually got active with the script and said, actually, you should probably do this. You probably shouldn't kill me. I think that's what Ben Affleck. How about you don't kill me in the film? Maybe it'll be better, right? So So he ends up in the Flash. We understand that he doesn't die in the Flash now, right? That changed when he came in, and he changed that in the script. Christina Hodgson wanted to kill Batfleck. Oh, wow. Or any other 40 writers, right? So, according to now this newer story, because it's multiple people kind of chiming in on this one here. Now, we kind of know this already now, but there is a brand new suit for Ben in the Flash film, right? They devoted a lot of time. They could have easily reused the suit that he had before. He could still fit the old suit. He's probably a little skinnier now, but they did an entirely new look for the Flash film. A new bike. He has a wonderful bike scene. Everyone, that's seen the film is talking about. So my news source was like, why would they devote all this into Batfleck's appearance just in the Flash if it was all about Keaton going forward? This is what the sources say. He's like, that doesn't make sense, does it? All right? That they would do all that, yet Ben is done. So interesting. So, the script has changed. They beefed up Batman, gave him a new toy, Batfleck in the Flash. Okay. And then all of a sudden, he shot the Flash film, right? He was already contractually obligated to do that. So he shot that film. And then he was going to wait to see if Zach comes back. That's why Ben didn't do Batgirl. So, all this starting to line up now. I almost knocked my coffee over. Coffee machine. This is all starting to line up now. If Zach was still in the building, Ben Affleck would have done the Batgirl project. And that's why things got started getting kind of weird. You get J.K. Simmons, right? You get J.K. Simmons, but then you bring in Keaton, and according to the director, it's the spaghetti verse, right? The spaghetti multiverse. Really, that's what because Ben actually turned down he turned down the Batgirl role because things was funny in Warner's. So he turns down the Batgirl role but comes back for Aquaman. And some people try to say as a favor. As a favor? I strongly believe Zack Snyder, in some shape or form, has some kind of commitment with WBD because that's why Ben is suiting back up again. I strongly believe that. But what's the point here? Ben's idea of suiting up as Batman or playing that role, it was always to finish the arc. That was his plan the entire time. So he did this for Zach. Things got funny. He's like, well, if Zach's not going to do his arc, there's no reason to be Batman, if I'm not going to do the arc that Zach has. Now that Ben is back with Aquaman, this seems to be Ben's same commitment to finish the arc. And that includes a solo project as well, too. More is going to be coming up with Ben Affleck in the future, but just kind of connecting the dots of the information. He is back to finish his arc. And we'll talk about that more in the future. Any last minute comments or questions? Throw it in there. This was a very interesting edition of Coffee Talk. I think a big story. The Flash has already had additional photography with Ezra Miller, with Michael Keaton last month, June of 2022. And then the following month, Warner's, the new regime, said, okay, let's get Ben in here, meaning they're changing multiple projects. And I'm theorizing they're changing Batgirl. I'm just theorizing. That's just my theory, my speculation. Because they hid this Flash reshoots. The Aquaman leaked out because they got busted. I think Batgirl's getting changed, y'all. That's what I think. What we got here? Any ideas for Fandom? I keep being told it's still coming this year. I'm sure Mikey will drop something during Scoop Center Monday. Come to Scoop Center. That's when we hit some big topics. Unless I get a story before that, but I don't think I will. But we are expecting fandom this year. Yes. WBD, they are. I mean, again, it was like a surprise. Like this Flash, I was like, wow. And it was hiding Aquaman. They're fixing. They're changing something. They already changed it by again putting Flash after Aquaman, right? Let's see. Do you think there's another hit piece? I mean, yeah, if they keep talking to Warner Media, yeah, when they got fired, yeah, they could do a hit piece all they want, right? That's not going to change nothing. Whatever they were changing with these films, they already decided to change them. That's the amazing thing. Everyone's talking about, what's this course correction, and do they really want the Snyderverse? Man, Ben is back. You think Ben's going to come back just to disrespect the Snyderverse? He wouldn't let himself be in that Flash film if it was to disrespect the Snyderverse, right? Now, is that going to make it a good film? That's not what I'm saying, the Flash. What I'm saying is that Ben was not going to do that film just to kill off the Snyderverse, right? So him going into Aquaman, I don't think it's, to disrupt anything either. So I believe he's back because he knows Zach's back, and that's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm putting it together. So they could do as many hit pieces as they want. The ball is already in motion. Ben is already back, right? Still buzz on Man of Steel 2. I haven't heard anything new on Man of Steel 2, but the talk of Cavill is, again, it's probably the most information I hear, just me personally, is Henry Cavill information. It's insane. I'm 100% sure you're going to see him in Black Adam. Mikey already told us this, but I'm like, 100% sure that you're going to see Cavill. And once you see Cavill and Black Adam, I think you'll hear Man of Steel 2 drop. That's probably DC fandom. Yeah, Cavill's he's still Superman. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. I think it's a new suit from the comic. It has a little blue in it, I believe. Let's see, maybe Ben's not the Batman we know in the Flash, but like new Batman. No, well, I'll just go off what I heard with the Flash. The Flash film starts off. Let's see. Okay, you're saying if Aquaman's a different Batman? I don't believe so. Only because Aquaman comes out before the Flash, so they're showing that continuity that this is the Batman you saw in the Snyder Cut. Ben Affleck, showing up in Aquaman too. So I think it's the same. And then the Flash does open. I know people don't want to. The people that don't like the Flash and Justice Underwater and all this stuff, they probably don't want to hear this. But the Flash does start off in the Snyderverse. Believe it or not, it does. And then just things get nuts, right? But yeah, because they reference the Snyder Cut, they reference Flash turning back time, saving the world. The Flash film with Ben Affleck. So it starts off there. So it's the same character. Long story short. What's up with you, MJ? Let's see. Do you know when they start promoting fandom? No, I do not know. I will ask around about fandom, but I believe Mikey will have something about that. Scoop Center Monday. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up, Mr. J. But yeah, of course, we know Ray's not in the film. But they just reiterated again, the source did that Muschietti had a part for Cyborg, like, in the script. Like, it's dead on in the script. Cyborg, he would have showed up in the beginning, in the end of the Flash film. So you would have saw Ray Fisher at least twice. I'm not sure what would have happened when he goes back in time, or if there's like a former Victor Stone. I don't know, but you would have saw him in the so-called rebooted timeline as well too. Ray Fisher. That's what Muschietti wanted. Old regime, nixed the idea, or didn't step up and fix the situation with Ray Fisher. And so we know the whole story with that, right? But yeah, right now, that's too bad. They are going to reference Cyborg. Let me see. Did they say something about that? He was cut early in the process. Yeah, so you're going to see most of the Justice League. You're going to see everybody except Cavill in the Flash film. All right, that's all I'm going to say for now. As far as it stands now, that's what I would say. As it stands now. Interesting stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Biggest question mark now is what's going to happen. Yeah, back. I think all eyes, if they haven't already, because this new regime is sneaky. They didn't fix the Flash, whatever they want to fix already. They're fixing Aquaman 2 or changing it. That leaked out. I think Batgirl. I think all these films that got pushed to 2023 is getting some reworks. So make it take place in Keaton's world, or have. Man, what if, right? I'm going to ask about Batgirl too. What was the other one? I was supposed to ask about Fandom and Batgirl. In fact, let me see. I don't know. Okay. I'm just typing the message. Sorry about this. I should have said something. About Fandom and what we say, Batgirl. Any changes to Batgirl? So we're going to investigate that a little further. I just have to make a note to myself here to ask around about that. Mikey saying we're expecting a virtual DC Fandom this year. Yeah, so and again, I'll wait for him to follow up on that on Scoop Center. So those who was asking about Fandom, are we expecting it? It seems like they're still doing one, the same format they did before, virtual. So it won't be like a physical Comic-Con type thing, at least not this year. I think next year, as Zazev, wants to change this whole, DC more like Marvel approach, he'll do more of like a D23 type thing probably next year. So that's just the word, that we're hearing with Fandom. We're expecting a virtual Fandom this year. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Ray Fisher's not in it. And Cavill is back. That's a hot question on Fandom. When's Fandom? Fandom. Now, we don't have a date yet. Yeah. They didn't announce that shit themselves. I don't know the date. But I'll try to ask around. Let's see what else we got. See if there's any last minute. Keywin says, will all these movies lead to Dark Side? That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you got Batfleck showing up as a pivotal thing, and then they change the Flash, I think they're changing Batgirl. What's this all leading to? Is this leading to JL2? Or probably after Man of Steel 2 comes out, then does that lead to JL2? This is all leading to something, right? It's all leading to something. Yeah, Blue Beetle's still coming out. Y'all silly. Shout out to Yovic. You asked that question 10 times. Fandom. Dark Side. Fandom. All right, all right. So I think I'm gonna phase on out of here now. Again, very interesting coffee talk. What do we think, y'all? The Flash film has received additional photography. I'm sure people are gonna start digging now and try to confirm that. So we're gonna find out. Hey, hopefully, really soon. Much love to everybody supporting Seal Nation. Y'all decimated the likes today. We had 235 likes. So you already know live crew did their thing. Replay crew, let's get that over 300 and beyond. Much love. Like I said, for the channel and a special coffee talk I write edition tomorrow. So we're gonna talk a little movies in the middle. We'll talk some Batfleck, whatever new articles Mikey drops. We're gonna touch on that tomorrow as well. Seal Nation, we out of here. People's champ.
It's Coffee Talk with SYLABDUL. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe now.